everyone, what's up? I hope you all are having an awesome start to your 2015. I can't believe this year went by so quickly. I said the same thing last year. I watched my last year's beauty favorites video and I feel so silly watching it because it was like one of my first YouTube videos. I just got myself a kitten calendar and it's really just been making my year like just even better because look at these pictures. Like, oh my god, like how cute is that? So today we're going to be talking all about face products. So I'm just going to go in order of like how I would apply these things to my face, starting off with primer. This is my holy grail primer. It's the Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer. And just so you guys know, I have very dry skin. I have eczema. Usually I don't break out on my face, but still I have very, very dry skin. Laura Mercier can be found at Nordstrom's, Sephora. I usually get mine at IMATS. I think Namies is the person who sells these, and I usually stock up there every year. I get like 4 of them because they're on sale for like 20 bucks, and the full price of these I think is around 40, anywhere from $35 to $40. So it's very pricey, but you only need a little tiny bit. For me, this is the perfect primer because it is very hydrating and it also prolongs the wear of my foundation. It is the best. It just looks great against dry skin. If you guys have dry skin like me, you're gonna want to try this at least once. Just give it a try. If you go to Sephora, ask them for a little sample and you can try it out, see if you like it. I love this stuff. I highly recommend it. It is just my most favorite primer, and I have other primers that I like, but this was the best one, so I'm only going to be talking about this today. I have 2 foundations this year. Both are holy grail products for me now. These are the only foundations I ever wear unless I'm trying something new. These are like my staples that I always have on hand. So this one is Drugstore and it's $10 at most places, and it's the Revlon Color Stay for dry skin. That's why it has like the white cap. This is the dry skin one, and my shade is Ivory. This is the lightest one they make, and I'm wearing this today. I love this because it is just my shade straight from the bottle. I don't have to mix it with anything. It's full coverage and it lasts all day. It claims to last 24 hours. I don't think I've ever worn it for a straight 24 hours, but it certainly lasts, I mean, a 10-hour plus day. I mean, usually when I wear my makeup, I do not want to touch it up. So when I put it on, I leave it for the whole rest of the day, and my foundation usually ends up looking great. Whether I'm going out in the hot weather, whether it's raining outside, this stuff stays put, and it's just amazing price for what you're getting. Now this foundation is the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and my shade is 110. This is their lightest shade that they make. They also have a white one that you can mix in to make your foundations lighter, but I haven't purchased it yet. I do want to try that out though. But this is my perfect shade straight from the bottle, and this is not as full coverage as the Revlon Color Stay, but I still love it because it is buildable, but just straight from the tube, like one pump, is medium coverage. So if you do have maybe like scars or something like that, this is not going to exactly cover everything up. It's just going to even out your skin tone. But the thing I love about this is that it just feels like you're not wearing anything at all. It's kind of like a second skin type of texture. It's very lightweight and it's just very easy to wear. It's very comfortable. If you don't like foundation, if you don't like how that feels, like if you don't like the feeling of makeup, you're definitely going to want to check this out. Plus they have a wide range of shades. For concealer, I only have one this year because this ended up being my holy grail concealer more than anything, more than the Tarte, more than Maybelline, NYX, anything you name it, this has topped it because it is so amazing. And the name is Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer. My shade is Ivory. I actually purchased this a year ago, yeah, and I just ran out right now. I have like half a drop left. I used most of the last tube of it this morning. I feel like I need to calm down here. I'm getting really excited about this, but I just love this stuff. It is so good. It's just really full coverage. It covers everything. Great shades. It's a little pricey, but it's so worth it, and I just repurchased it the other day, last time I was at Sephora, because it will last me for a year. I mean, I'm gonna be set until 2016 now, so really happy about this stuff. Now, since I do have very dry skin, I don't use much face powder. Usually I only set like my T-zone because I don't need much powder. I ended up loving these 2 right here. This one is something that has been with me for a long time. I mean, I've probably used this also since high school, but I really just fell back in love with it again. It's only $3. This is the NYX Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. My shade is translucent, of course. The thing I love about this is that it is translucent. You get so much product, but I have used almost all of this. I've had this jar for like, I want to say at least least 5 months now, and I'm not even anywhere near to finishing it. It comes with the sifter, but I like to pop it out because it's just easier to dip my brush into that way. Since this powder is loose, you only need a tiny bit to set your concealer. I love this for my under eye area. I'm wearing it today, and it's just a great, easy to use powder, inexpensive. And my other powder that I really got into this year is the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten powder. I tried this because of Emily Noel 83 here on YouTube. She always talks about Laura Geller, and I never ever thought about trying the brand until she mentioned it, because I love Emily. I love her recommendations. It gives you the most glowy, beautiful finish. It's definitely something that is not a completely matte powder like the NYC. This has a glow in it, but it's not shimmery. I'm wearing it in my T-zone, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but it just, especially if you have really pale skin, sometimes your skin, especially if it's dry, can kind of look a little bit flat, and if you want to bring it to life, this is a great powder. Not only does it give you coverage, but it just brightens up your skin. It makes it look beautiful. And here's what it looks like. Can you guys see that little tiny bit of shimmer? It's like almost a satin finish. I don't want you guys to think there's glitter in here, because there's not. It's just like, it just blends into the skin. It gives you the most beautiful look. I love this stuff. I cannot rave about it enough. Next up, I have my favorite bronzers that I discovered in 2014, and I feel like 2014 was the year of bronzer for me, because I never really ever thought about wearing bronzer before 2014. Like, if you would have told me back in 2012 or 2013, like, girl, you're gonna be obsessed with bronzer, I'd have been like, what are you talking about? Like, I hate bronzer. I used to not like it at all, and that's because I never found the right shade for me. I wasn't looking in the right places. I was trying what everybody else was trying, like Chocolate Soleil, the original. I was trying NYC Sunny bronzer. I was trying things that everybody else liked, that worked for everybody else, but sometimes, even though it's a very popular product, it just, you know, you gotta tweak it to work for your personal needs. And I know this is sounding really serious, we're just talking about bronzer here. So I'm wearing this one right now, which is from Too Faced, and it is their Milk Chocolate Soleil. It's a couple shades lighter than their original Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which just turns orange on me. It is way too dark for my skin to use on my face. I can use it as an eyeshadow, but this one is just like the perfect shade. It's not too red, it's not too orange. It's just really nice for anybody who has pale skin. Now, this is my other favorite bronzer I discovered last year. It is the Jane Cosmetics bronzer in Inspire. The shade is called Inspire. They have a bunch of other colors as well. They have very deep ones. They have nice medium tone ones. I've heard a lot of people rave about these. So I ended up trying this based off of all of the hype around Jane Cosmetics. Once they relaunched, it was like everybody was talking about Jane, and I tried a couple of their products. Everything I tried, you guys, I really liked. I only bought like maybe 6 things. This was one of them. This is probably my favorite thing that I purchased. I want to say I got this like months ago, like maybe before summer a little bit. I don't know when, but you guys, I love this bronzer. I definitely recommend it. I have a few blushes I want to share with you guys. I discovered these rose powder blushes by Milani in 2014. I know, where have I been? I feel like I should have got on these sooner. They released them twice, and both times they were limited edition and very hard to find. The first time around, I never got to them. I could never find them in my drugstores. Second time around, I got so lucky. Milani decided to send them to me, and I had 4 shades they sent me. My 2 favorite ones ended up being Love Potion, which is this beautiful bright fuchsia, and then my most favorite one of all time is Tea Rose. And I have really exciting news. If you didn't know already, Milani is bringing back a few shades of these. I've only seen them bring back 3 shades, and I recently purchased this one myself. This is called Romantic Rose, and it's a beautiful like dusty mauve color. I'm wearing it today on my cheeks very lightly because these are so pigmented. A little bit goes a very long way on my skin, but I feel like these are so pigmented that they will show up on anybody and everybody. They are just amazingly pigmented, especially these really bright shades are going to look great on rich skin. So anyway, you can find these 2 shades right now. Tea Rose is my most favorite. I highly recommend Tea Rose. If you have never tried it, girl, you need this. Boys, you need this too. I don't care if you don't wear makeup, you need this blush in your life. This is so beautiful. Like, just look at it up close. I love the rose pattern. It does not smell like roses. It does not have a scent to it, so don't worry about that. So definitely keep your eye out for these guys. You can get them at Walgreens. I talked more about it in my haul video, so I'll link that haul down below in case you want to see it. Essence Silky Touch blushes. Okay, these are $3. I ended up getting this one on sale for $1 at Ulta. I buy my Essence products at Ulta, but I know you can find them in a lot of drugstores in Europe. I know Essence is a very popular brand. This is my favorite shade right here. It's called Adorable. I love it because it's kind of like, I feel like it's like MAC Well Dressed. Everything about this reminds me of MAC Well Dressed, which is like one of my top 5 blushes of all time. Anyway, I really love these because because the quality is there. It's just like, it's so silky, like the name says. It's just really effortless and really easy to put on. You could apply these with your fingers. That's how smooth they are, and they're very pigmented as well. This one is my favorite, like I said, because it's just a really nice kind of everyday color. And I do have a full review on these with swatches, so check out that video. I will link it down below because I do all the swatches and stuff in that video. Last year I talked about NARS blushes, which I still love, of course, but this year it's all about these Tarte Amazonian clay blushes. I know I'm kind of late on the bandwagon with these. I was putting off trying them because I heard so much hype around these blushes. It was insane, and every time I swatched them at the store, whether it was Ulta, Sephora, whatever, they were not very pigmented and they just would not come off onto my skin. And I was like, why do people like these? They suck at swatching. Like, they don't swatch very pretty. I have to admit, when you touch these with your finger, it's like not the same experience. It's not the same like color payoff you get with the brush. So I know that sounds kind of weird, but these look better when you use your brush and apply them on your skin. They just look beautiful and very natural. They also are like fade proof blushes. They look the same from the day you put them on at 6 a.m. till the end of the night at 10 o'clock, whatever. They stay put. They really are amazing. The formula is so long lasting, which is why I love them so much. They are pricey, however. They're like 30 bucks for one, I think. So these are my two favorite shades I have. This one's called Doll Face, and it's once again kind of like an everyday pinky color. Really beautiful. The pattern kind of wore off. After I bought this, they changed the packaging to this right here, and this shade is called Fearless, and I really like this one for more bold days. This one is a lot warmer. It's called Fearless, and it does have like a corally look to it, but still on me it pulls very pink, so I like that. So there's Fearless right there next to Tea Rose. So here's Doll Face right next to Tea Rose, and this one is a lot lighter. This is like my favorite one for every day. It's a beautiful color. Alright guys, now for highlighters. I have discovered so many amazingly beautiful highlighters of 2014. So these are the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors, and they are like pressed highlighters. They come with a cute little mirror and everything, so you can use them on the go. I love the texture of these. That's like my big huge thing. Like, that's what I love most about these. Not only are they very pigmented, but the texture is very, it's like almost a cream to powder. That's how it's just so soft, but it doesn't give you like dust. It doesn't kick up a bunch of powder. It's not powdery, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Here's a swatch of Moonstone. It's just so shimmery. It's really beautiful. It's Moonstone. I ended up loving this one so much that I went out and bought Opal, which is like a really pretty like champagne color. It's not exactly gold. It's not as gold as Moonstone, but it's not silver either. It's like a perfect middle champagne color. I just love this. It reminds me of like Urban Decay Sin, but for your face, and it's just beautiful. Like, look at this color. It is amazing. I have another high-end favorite for highlighters, and this might be no surprise because these blew up everywhere on YouTube, and they are the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. I didn't think I would like it because usually I have it in my mind, like when everyone talks about it, that it's either really good or really bad, but this ended up being amazing and I really liked it. And I know it's pricey, but it is just the softest, most luxurious like powder, and I love the fact that they have lots of different shades for different skin tones. For me, this works as a blush and a highlight. So when I wear this powder, usually I wear it a little bit on top of blush, or I'll just wear this by itself, and it just looks fantastic. It's kind of like a multitasker because it's pretty much like a pinky blush for me, for my skin tone, but for someone who's darker than me, you could probably just use it as a regular highlight, whatever you want to do with it. I love it because I can use it for two products in one. I do have a full review on this, so I will link that down below. And then recently I purchased this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. Now this has 3 shades in it, and I saw this and I never bought it. I don't know why. It's sold out for a while and then they brought it back. The 3 shades you get in here are Dim Light, Incandescent Light, and Radiant Light. I like to use Radiant Light almost as a bronzer because of how deep it is. This one, however, in the middle, I like to use as a setting powder because it is like my perfect skin tone shade. So I use this one all the time to set concealer, and it works so well for that. And then this one on the end kind of almost has a little bit of a silvery look to it, so I use this one for highlight. And I just love the fact that all 3 are different colors. You can use them for different things, whatever you want to do. Like, this palette will make you look flawless. And last but not least, for my my highlighters, of course, are the Physicians Formula Custom Nude Palettes. I raved about these so much. I can't even tell you how many videos I talked about these in. Like, I was mentioning these left and right. These are amazing highlighters, but you can also use them for a lot of different things as well. I have a full review on these, so I will link them down below. They have two shades. This one is my favorite. It's called Natural Nude, but they also have Warm Nude. So if you are deeper skin tone or if you have warmer tones, you're going to want to get this. It'll flatter you more. But for me personally, I love Natural Nude because, as you can see, it definitely has lighter shades to it. So here's the packaging. It's very cute, and you have like individual squares. Each square is a different color. So the top part has your lighter shades, the bottom part has your bronzier shades. You can use the bottom as a bronzer. Here's what the bottom colors look like, very deep, and then the top shades right here, you can tell they're very light. So you kind of can get two different palettes with this, or you can use the shades individually as eyeshadow, which I have done as well. But my personal favorite thing to do is swirl all the colors together and get this beautiful mixture right here, which I just feel like is so flattering. And I love the fact that you can kind of customize it like the name says, use it however you want. Okay, and last face product here, this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I'm sure you guys have all heard about this. I really like this stuff because it works well at setting the makeup and actually making it last longer. Even if you have already started to get oily, if you spray this, it just kind of absorbs the oil and makes your skin look fresher and feel fresher. Like, if you've never tried a makeup setting spray, I definitely recommend this one. I have very sensitive skin, I have very dry skin, and this works very well for me. It has never broken me out, it never has irritated my skin. I tried the L'Oreal one recently and it just burned my skin like crazy. I don't know why, but I've never had that problem before with this, so I stick with this one. And I know it's pricey, but I do love this stuff so much, and I have repurchased it before. It's just worth it to me. Alright, you guys, so that was it for my favorite face products of 2014. I cannot believe how many products I have this year to share with you guys, so if you hung around till the end of this video, a thumbs up for you guys. You are awesome. I will have eye products next, so I'm going to be talking all about eyeliner, mascara, eyeshadows, and palettes, and all that good stuff next. So if you want to see that, just stick around, and also don't forget to comment down below and chat with me about what your favorite face products of 2014 were, because I would just love to hear from you guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching.